Hello, welcome to Geography Test 1 discussion. See, basically, we'll be discussing the first test. Now, the first question was discuss the causes, the factors associated with the origin and the weather characteristics of the tropical cyclone. Now, if I have to attempt this question, first of all, I need to take down the keywords. Now, what are the keywords? It says that the causes and the factors associated with the origin of the tropical cyclone and the weather characteristics of the tropical cyclone. Now, prior to describing anything, first I have to describe what is a tropical cyclone. And if you do not know the definition, kindly watch my video. I had made it yesterday itself. First of all, please define tropical cyclone. Number one. Number two, types of, see, this is a 60 markers question, hence a essay type of question. Hence, again, you need to describe the types of tropical cyclone. Again, this has been again said in my video. The video you can also make notes. Number three, factors responsible for the tropical cyclone. First, you need to give you that is the rising temperature in marginal water bodies 27 degrees centigrade. Next, presence of the Coriolis force. Coriolis force basically helps in deflection and in this circular movement. Next, upper air divergence. Last but not the least, presence of disturbance. It can be a tropical storm or it can be your tropical disturbance. Again, watch my videos. Next, this all has been given systematically. Again, when I say the causes, please divide the cause into two. One is your natural, another is your anthropogenic. Natural cause, basically, how would I define it? The basic definition is that water takes more time to get heated, and also it takes more time to exhaust its heat. As a result of which, it is the temperature difference between the land and water. It results in the formation of the tropical cyclone. This basically happens because of the movement of the sun between the Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn. Simple explanation of the natural cause. Now, what is this anthropogenic cause? Now, anthropogenic cause, as you all know, remains is that CO2 emission, rise in the CO2 emission resulting in the increasing temperature of the water. Global warming, this is nothing but the CO2 rise. This is one of the major anthropogenic causes which are responsible for the rising temperature of the ocean water. One of the other minor causes of the rise in temperature of the ocean water remains also with respect to your in the anthropogenic cause itself. It can be over here is that global container movements, or the global shipment, number one. Number two, number three, you can also say that one of the reasons for the rising this water temperature is because of the influx of the plastic. Now remember that the plastic gets heated up very fast where in the water body itself, because they are solid. Floating plastics heats up get faster, hence in turn they also help in heating up this, or helps in the rising of the temperature of the water body. Simple. Next, last but not least, it says of the weather characteristics. The weather characteristics during the time is basically you get, first of all, is your heavy precipitation. Next, thunderstorm. Next, wind shear. Next, precipitation, thunderstorm, wind shear. What else can be the Weather characteristics can be uh, mm, prevalence of the cumulonimbus cloud. No, all this are because of your cumulonimbus cloud. I think this should be the weather characteristics. Apart from that, if you can add anything else, so far so good. Now let's come to the next question. Now first of all, again we'll mark down the keywords. The keywords over here again is that key isostasy, number one. Number two, what is the approaches to the study of the isostasy? And with this, special focus on your contemporary approach. Now basically, first of all, you need to define what isostasy is. Second, who systematically you need to come. First, you need to describe how it was the Sir Everest research that basically was responsible. Next, this was followed by Pratt. This was followed by Airy. Then we had the Holmes brother. Holmes brother was followed by Jolly. Jolly was followed by Heitznan, and Heitznan was followed by your recent, that is your contempt, that is global isostatic adjustment. Now I'll just shift to my notes so that it can be more clear. Above all, I'll be completely sharing my notes with you. This is the all I have made this edited notes. It simply says the isostasy is the concept of equilibrium is prevalent between the distinctive lithospheric features irrespective of the height, depth, and the fast spinning earth. And this is a simple diagram of what Sir George Everest basically attempts the Sir George Everest attempted the geodetic survey in order to determine the latitude of the Indo-Gangetic plain utilizing two different methods, that is your triangular method and your astronomical method. He concluded that different records of the distance between the two same center located along the southern slopes of the Himalayas, that is your Kalyana and the Kalyanpur. Greater distance calculated on the reference of the ground survey method made him conclude that Himalayas are pulling their mass. There are pulling their masses. There has been deflection caused by the plumb bob, resulting in the development of a greater distance. See, please read these notes and basically try to find out which of the things that you face difficulty. You can directly ask me. This I have cut it down, and this is the diagram that I have drawn. This is basically with respect to Pratt, because after Sir George Everest, Pratt made the recommendation, and up this is your Pratt's analysis. Apart from Pratt, you are going to move on to Airy. This is your Airy's analysis again. Next, Hayford and Bowie's analysis. Next was the concept of the Jolly. Next was the D. Holmes. Last but not the least, we have the Heitznan. Then we come over here to the isostatic adjustment. This is your isostatic adjustment, this isostatic rebalancing and isostatic readjustment. These are the two concepts that you need to elaborate and highlight. Along with that, we have the recent examples. Please go through this notes. I'll be sending you this notes along with that. This is a complete answer that I have framed. And for now, thank you.